Welcome back to FallingFoxGaming, everybody. I'm your host, Blaine, and today we're playing some more Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Now, when we left off, we had just finished up some training down in the Azrai territory, and we were on our way up to Botanian territory to upgrade our people's armor, and we've done that. So we took some time and traveled around and bought everybody some ranger mail. Now, it cost about 9,000 dinars for each one of these, I think, if I remember correctly. And then we also bought people fiend bracers and not the splint boots. It is the folded leather boots. That pretty much gave everybody some generic armor. Now, the chest piece is good. It's tier 4. The hands are tier 3, but they're decent. Our 18 armor for the hands is pretty good. And then the boots are not very good at all because apparently here in Britannia, they only have either crappy boots or really good boots. But in any case, we got everybody some decent armor. Now, the new people to join us, they weren't so lucky. The only headpiece that we could really afford cheaply was the wolf's head, which is, it's okay, 16. Either way, I think if they get a headshot, they're dead anyways. And then the rough bear skin, which gave them some decent body armor and arm armor. Now, this is kind of what everybody is wearing. Everybody has something similar to this layout. Some of our old people that have been with us for a while, they have a little bit better pieces miscellaneously spread out, but this is kind of where we're at. And I'm comfortable with this. I think this is about where I wanted to get them before we start to try and do something interesting. Now, the tier 4 ranger mail, it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. It is tier 4, which is good. It gives 32 body armor, which is good, but the leg and arm armor is pretty low. It's only 8. So in all honesty, their arm and leg armor is very much lacking. So we are going to have to look at upgrading that soon. Now, honestly, I really like the way this ranger armor looks. It looks good with pretty much everything. I'm trying to find one that we can actually see it. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and go over to Astrid. I'm going to take her chest piece off here for a second. I think it looks really good. And so I think we might stick with that for quite a while. I think we're just going to try and upgrade our hands and feet and then maybe our cloak, just so everybody can have some decent armor all the way around. I'm not looking to make everybody min-max elitist. I just want them to look awesome. And I think that is a really good way to go. And we really need to find some better helmets because nobody has good looking helmets. But with all that being said, I want to avoid doing some talking this time around because last episode was very talky. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to find a faction to join specifically so we can get into some bigger fights. Now, because we're not part of a kingdom, we can't just look at the factions and see who's at war, so we actually have to go into the encyclopedia and try and figure it out. Okay, I think I found our candidate of who we should join up with. The Western Empire has a lot of enemies. The Azrai, the Southern Empire, and Vlandia, which is perfect. We want to fight multiple people because honestly, as a mercenary, we don't have to get into any of the fights that are too big. Instead, we can just quit out of the faction at any point in time if we feel like we're just way overwhelmed. I forgot to do that last time, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. But I want to be at war with multiple factions because anybody that we get into a fight with, if we capture a lord and release them, that means we gain reputation with them, and we don't care about capturing them right now, so releasing them is the obvious choice. So we're going to go ahead and just try and find any Western Empire lord. Any of them at all should allow us to join, and I'm not going to be picky with who we talk to. We're not worrying about trying to find any of their leaders or anything like that. We're just going to try and find anyone. Now, we do not have a ton of money. In fact, there's a tournament there, so we are actually going to pop in and do that really quick. Now, I don't like starting off a video with a tournament because a lot of people don't like the tournaments, but this is actually a decent helmet for us, so it's going to be worth showing, I think. Maybe I'll just show the highlights of the fight if we win. Oh, wait, where is what? What is going on? We just got wrecked. Is that Caladog? Oh my god. What just happened? Okay. Well, that's the end of that, I suppose. Now, Western Empire Lord, Western Empire Lord. Oh, and he's running from somebody. This could be, oh, wait, hold up. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is why the Western Empire is having trouble. They have a lord here being chased by somebody that's much stronger than them. They have a lord here. Oh, that's villagers. Never mind. I thought those were villagers. Anyways, and then an army here being chased by someone stronger than them. Maybe I don't want to join them over here. The Vlandians seem to be pretty well organized over here, so maybe that's not a good idea. Oh, actually, speaking of, I should probably get myself some troops before I pick a fight, shouldn't I? Yes, get some troops before we join up with anybody. That's the smart option. Now, we do know that the Highborn Youth become the Fiends, which are pretty good. But we're also going to take a couple of the miscellaneous units because I have not used them yet. I still have not used the Battanian units, and I guess now is the perfect chance to do so. So I managed to get, let's see, we had the squires, we picked up some more highborn youth, and some volunteers, highborn warriors, skirmishers, and woodrunners. Nothing too amazing, but something crazy just happened. Right as we were kind of passing by, over here, Ortizia rebelled. Now, Ortizia is one of the towns that have rebelled like 3 or 4 times because it keeps switching hands with different factions. There is always the chance that there is such a small force that we might be able to take it. So we're just going to go take a peek just to see what they have over here. Now, yeah, just like this. This is what I'm talking about. They only have 310 defenders total, and 208 of that is garrison. If we could clear out their lords here, we could probably take that. Now, obviously, we only have 61 units. So that's not a lot. And honestly, our units aren't really high tier yet. But I think if we get into a couple of fights, we're going to try and circle back over here and see if they're still low on defenders. And if so, we might try and fight them. Now, I want to pick up some Empire units. I do like the Empire units. They are some of my favorite, so I do want to pick them up. I am a very big fan of their legionary troops, so I do want to make sure we get some of them. They're great frontline troops. Too bad everyone else has the same thought as me. Unfortunately, finding troops is pretty much impossible because every single person is trying to get troops themselves. However, there is another tournament here. Now this is interesting. The reward for this tournament is a banner. Alright, and an easy enough victory there. Okay, so it looks like we have a Vlandian army here getting ready to go besiege Ortizia, which is not surprising seeing as that was their territory off and on multiple times. This is crazy. I cannot believe how many times Ortizia and Legata has changed hands. It's insane. Okay, this is just crazy. I'm literally just running around trying to find a Western Empire lord that isn't at like 30 units, and I honestly can't. I don't think the Western Empire is the faction to join now. I was thinking it would be, but there's just tons of armies running around. Okay, and finally I can find some troops. This took a really long time, much longer than I wanted it to. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. A whole bunch of troops all in one fell swoop. Now, I do not think we're going to join the Western Empire. I really wanted to, but I just don't think it's worth it. And we just got our steward up to 125, which allowed us to take Giving Hands perk, which allows us to do something like this. If we have this Masterwork Ranger bow here and we don't want to use it, we can discard it, and normally you wouldn't get anything, but this way we get XP for our troops. But yeah, so let's go find a Western Empire person to join up with. Here we go. I had actually talked to 3 different lords to actually be able to have one of them hire me. That's weird. But alright, so 240 dinars whenever we do something good. Okay, that'll work. Now we will go ahead and join the Western Empire. And we are mercenaries again. Now I would like to do some fighting. Okay, so the very first person that I ran into that's an enemy is, of course, another mercenary group, which is kind of always the case for me, which has been really annoying. But honestly, I think I might take them on. It's 77 units. They're patrolling, and they are afraid of me, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So let's fight them. Now, obviously, this is not what I wanted to do. This is a mercenary group. It's not a lord, but this is where we're going to train our units. Okay, we should have all of our units out here on the battlefield. We should be able to have everybody out. Now, we need to take this a little more seriously. We have been just kind of messing around with some of our stuff, but we need to actually treat this with a little bit of seriousness because this could potentially be a tough fight. Okay, now, what we want to do is we want to actually line our people up in the woods. And honestly, I'm okay with getting everybody in the woods here. We can ignore their cavalry at the moment. I might have to go fight their cavalry myself. Just that way to give our people some time to do stuff. Of course, the archers. Crossbow people. Oh, is it a sword sister? Ah! Okay, that hurt. Okay, so our people are lining up. Yeah, they're going to hide in the woods too, aren't they? Yeah, that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and march them this way. Now, how do I... It's been so long. Ow! That's my face. Hold on. I was trying to do... Haha! Idiot. Now, I was trying to do something. Very rude to interrupt me. Okay, sorry, that was just really dumb. I had to let some time pass here while I figured out my troop commands. They were, for some reason, not turning to face the enemy despite being on face the enemy, so I had to fix that. Now as for their individual cavalry, they're starting to get kind of annoying. What's this guy doing? Is he retreating, or is he going just really far back? Their actual cavalry are getting really annoying because they're just like harassing me more than anyone. And unfortunately, my archers are probably wasting a lot of their ammo on these idiots. Now, at this particular pace, I think that our cavalry just needs to come with me, and I think we need to just kind of hit them from behind. I was going to try and have our cavalry get off their mounts. Oh, that's the end of the battlefield. This is really annoying, seeing them just like hide at the edge of the battlefield. I know that there's people that do that, like players, but I think it's a really... Oh my god! Okay. Well, charge, I guess, then. Oh man, that's a mess. Alright, well... Everyone seemed to do decent except me. Well, I guess I only got 2 kills out of all that. Oh, it's embarrassing. Well, in any case, we only actually lost 14 units. What did we lose? We lost volunteers, some woodrunners, recruits. Yeah, we didn't really lose anyone important, so it's not a big deal. Now again, we're going to let everybody free because it'll get us charm points and relation up with them, so that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Okay, now I'm only going to take a handful of prisoners, and it's going to be like select ones. The highborn youth, because they'll eventually become the fiends, and the low-level ones will just eventually level up, hopefully. And then the elite cataphracts, the palatine guards, and the vanguards, because they're top-tier units. And it'll just be nice to, you know, randomly get them in our group. Now, we also gained a whole bunch of XP for our troops because, you know, they stayed alive, unlike me. And we actually found some decent boots. We're going to give that to our son. I want our son to be upgraded a little bit compared to some of the other people, because for a little while he's going to be on the front line. I don't think he's going to stay there, but for now he's going to be. And I just realized he's using a blacksmith hammer for a weapon. I should probably get him something else. Like a shield. Okay. People leveled up from that, us included. So we got our leadership up from that fight, thankfully. Dying actually seemed to serve a purpose. Now, the only ones that are really going to matter, we're probably just going to go with this. We're going to go with authority because the 5 party size limit just right off the bat. I like instant perks right now. Okay, so that did not go as planned. I mean, it kind of did. Honestly, our army did good. I didn't do good. I got killed. That sucked. I ended up getting taken out, which is awful. That just happens sometimes. I should have been a little more careful, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, and the Force people already ended their contract with the Western Empire. That's funny. You got a problem? But we did find some looters here that we're going to fight. Now, I'm still doing these kind of fights, and I hope this is not boring for you guys, because this is kind of what I have to do right now. Eventually, we'll be able to do some other stuff, but I do need to keep fighting the looters because it's just such good XP for our individual troops. And honestly, I don't think we could afford not to do this. Now I'm going to have our cavalry run through here just as a distraction. They're not going to actually fight. Now it looks like we lost an Imperial infantryman, which kind of sucks. Alright. And that should be the end of that. Yeah, so we got 9 more upgrades, and this is why we're doing this. So this is really, really good XP. Sorry that I'm not going through every unit type, but we'll do that in a little bit. I've kind of scouted out what I want, so just kind of going through it to save a little bit of time for you guys. Okay, we're actually going to take a rest here at Rote because we are all hurt. I'm up to 81% health now, which is good, but pretty much the rest of us are down except for Aurora and Rosalina. Thankfully, our archers are actually doing their job and staying back, staying out of the fight. Now, one of the things I noticed is that there's a lot of bandits in... Now, one of the things I noticed is there's a lot of bandits in this area, and it might be worth actually just fighting them. Okay. Okay, so note to everyone. If you're ever waiting in a settlement, have this menu popped up. I had the menu, or have it popped down like that so you can see while you're waiting. I had it popped up like this. And then this little army just kind of floated over here and besieged it while I was sitting here. Now, okay, so here's the thing. We are going to stay and defend, I think. Now, they might try and starve this place out, which would really suck, actually. But we're going to at least try. Now, assuming they don't just starve us out, only 3 days of food. Yeah, they're just going to starve us out. I don't think we're going to have an army to defend. So we're going to basically just kind of wait and hope that our army doesn't suck. Maybe we'll get lucky and an army will come over and help, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're just going to end up starving out. And unfortunately, I can't actually interact with the town in the normal ways while this is happening. Otherwise, I could probably get ourselves a little bit better prepared. But here we are. We do have an opportunity to do something, though. We do have the opportunity to ambush. And do we want to do that? Well, here's the thing. So ambushing has kind of a downside to it. So we destroy their siege weapons. You know what? We're just going to do it. I honestly don't know if we have the troops to actually do this properly. This might end up biting us in the butt. So normally when you do an ambush, you try to destroy their siege weapons and a couple of their high-level units. But we don't really have a lot of people to do that, so I don't know how well this is going to go. Oh yeah, they have way higher tier units than we do. Are those... No, are those Fiend champions too? Oh no. I think those are the awesome guys. Yeah, those are the awesome guys. Okay. So... yeah, we're just gonna end that. That's awful. Oh. Alright, well, here we go. I guess I'm unconscious, so unfortunately we have to... I didn't realize that there was frickin' Britannia attacking us. I was thinking it was the Azrai for some reason in my head. Now, there's a chance that we win this because defenders have a huge bonus. And it's actually looking that way right now. I guess I could fast forward. Yep, we won. Well, that was very anticlimactic. What did we all lose in that? We lost a total of 5 people only, apparently. A Fiend champion, which sucks. A highborn warrior, which sucks. Skirmisher is fine. Infantry fine. Infantry fine. Yeah. Okay, we didn't really lose anything important. And that's really interesting. Now, we're just going to go ahead and let them free. Because honestly, again, we don't care about the actual faction that we're fighting. Fighting the Britannians is not a bad thing for us. Fighting anyone isn't bad for us. We're only here for the charm skill and the relations. Now, prisoners, actually we're just going to take all of them because we're actually in a town. And then in terms of troops, you know, we're just going to take all of them right now too. We'll sort them out here in a second. And then we'll do all of our level ups, which is a whole bunch of everyone. Okay, and this might possibly be the best day for us in this game ever. We just found a helmet that's almost double our armor. So, yay for us. And the best part is we found 2 other helmets that are just as good as our other ones. So we get to upgrade all of our favorite people with the best stuff that we want. Now we're going to go ahead and carefully go through and make sure we have all the people we want with all the stuff we want. There we go. Elida and Astrid now look decent. And we're going to upgrade Oscar's helmet because he's been wearing that weird one for a while. Oh, actually it looks like everybody else's helmet is fine. Except for our new people. So... we'll go with, actually, Zanvian is actually supposed to be a cavalry captain, so let's get him a good helmet. He's got this weird one. That's like the best helmet. Doesn't look the best, but it is the best. And you know what? Azina, she's going to be a cavalry captain too, the archers, so we're going to give her a good helmet too because she is going to be out there a little bit. There's always a chance that she gets hit with a stray shot. Yep, and we got some much better boots than what we were wearing. Same gloves as we're wearing. We're able to upgrade Elida's gauntlets. Same with Astrid's boots. We're able to give Astrid a better shoulder piece. Okay, and after going through everybody's inventory and upgrading a few things that we could, we are able to donate 12,170 experience points worth of gear. And there's a quick look at all the gear that we're dropping. And there we go. So that will allow us to upgrade a whole bunch more people, 14 to be exact. And we'll go ahead and just upgrade everyone to where they need to be. Okay, so these are what we're going to keep for prisoners. Everything else we're just going to go ahead and let be. That'll get us another 5,000 dinars. And we are in pretty good shape right now. Alright, admittedly that was a little bit of a wild experience. I was not expecting to get into a siege defense. Especially one where I got myself taken out in the ambush. That was very unfortunate and I wish I could have actually been a part of that siege for real. But nonetheless, we're going to take advantage and recruit all the units here that are here. Because we are now just going to try and stack up as many units as possible because we're going to war. Now, one thing holding back leveling up some units is having war horses. So we're actually going to buy 5 of them here. Their average price, $13.33. Not great, but it'll be worth it. We need to get some mounted troops, I think. Yeah, so that'll allow us to level up the Imperial Squires into, what, gallants? Yeah, gallants. So we can get some banner knights again. I do like having them on my team. They were actually quite handy. Now we're going to wait here for a little bit to rest up again. Okay, it's not perfect, But everyone is mostly in the green, and those that are not are slowly healing up. So we're just going to go ahead and get going. I don't want to get trapped here again in case there's another siege, because it does seem to be a common thing these days. Now, there is an army over here, and I think we're going to go see what they're doing. Okay, finally getting over to this army. It looks like an army of 159 is sieging the castle over here, which has only 48 defenders. Okay, so that should be a fairly easy siege. Okay. I'm going to help the Western Empire here. I didn't actually want to because they have a catapult up, but I feel like if I don't, there's a chance that they lose this. And I feel like maybe it'd just be worth helping out. Now, I don't actually want to do this siege. I'm not going to lie. The catapults can wreck entire teams in like 2 seconds. But do they have the crew to operate it? Oh, it's a fire catapult too. Ugh. So here's an interesting thing. We actually ran into a couple interesting people here. LaRosen, and more importantly, Margarita. Margarita actually is pretty good. That might be a good potential candidate for a future wife for somebody in our clan. And her clan leader is actually, well, last seen over near this place over here. So we're going to go see if we can actually find who that is. I think that's it right there. Minervina. Yeah, so Minervina is actually the clan leader. So let's see if we can actually talk to her and see if we can actually get a potential wife maybe for one of our people. Come here. Back here.
Well, and what do we have here? Would you care to tell me your good name?
Yes, we are Alistair. Okay, good. I can offer Zanvian's hand in marriage. Wait, whoa, 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 no, 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 no. Hold up. She wants to marry Zanvian. No, 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 no. She's the head of the clan. That means we'd lose Zanvian. Cancel. Bail. Well, that is a huge bummer. So, Minervina doesn't... Her husband died. And so now her daughter can't get married until she does. Her husband is only 36. He must have died in battle. That sucks so bad for us. Yeah, because if you take a look at her daughter here, 171 steward. 171 steward. That is amazing. Okay, so while we do not have a potential wife here at the moment, what we do have is a powerful lord that we're going to follow around. She has 120 units, which is more than we have. So I think we're going to end it here. And we're going to follow her around for a bit and see if we can get ourselves into a little bit of trouble. When we come back, we're going to try and continue on with trying to fight enemy lords if we can find any of them. And we're going to try and look into potentially trying to find a way to get our nephew married. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.